You motherfucker strike again. Hey y'all, welcome back. We are going to do a reaction video. This one came out of the clear blue sky. I had one video I've been sitting on for a couple of days, and I finally, well, it's actually been a couple of weeks. I was like, fuck it, let me go ahead on and do the do. And then this other video rolled into my lap last night, which I am going to talk about first. Here you go.
Of the Cavaliers that set LeBron off in Cleveland.
This lady, wow.
Got kicked out of the game for talking to LeBron James, for talking to her husband. So, I'm minding my own business, and Chris has been a Hawks fan forever. He's been watching the games for 10 years, whatever. He has this issue with LeBron. I don't have an issue with LeBron. I don't give a LeBron. Anyway, I'm minding my own business, drinking my having fun. All of a sudden, LeBron says something to my husband, and I see this, and I stand up and go, "Don't talk to my husband." And I don't know about you guys, but if my girl was at a game and someone was talking to me and my girl didn't stand up for me, I would reevaluate that relationship. If someone disrespects him, I will check him, whether it's LeBron James or a bum on the
Courtside Karen. Yep. We're not going to do all of that. Because it's only a certain level of it that I can take that of, which is the mayonnaise popsicle that she's attempting to throw. First of all, that man was at work. Okay? LeBron and I'm going to refer to him as King James in this, just because I've heard other grown men call him King James, so he must do something on that motherfucking court that's magical for another grown man to call another grown man king, and we know he's really not the king, but we call him king. Anyway, not the point. King James is on the field, and see, look at me. Look at me. Let me just talk about the person I'm mad at, because I don't even remember the goddamn sport. Blur it out. Okay, so King James is going back and forth down the basketball court, and he's exchanging words with a gentleman. This gentleman's child of a wife decides to hop in there because she needs to save this man. Y'all look at this man. I believe Pawpaw old enough to save his motherfucking self. If he stopped talking, bitch, you supposed to know to shut the fuck up too. Okay? But you out there in your goddamn Yeti fur, and you need everybody to know that you're there and see you, because as if your sequin and diamonds were not enough. We get it. You courtside in the middle of a pandemic. Fun. The man is saying, why does she have her mask off in this bitch? And you came up with a whole plot and scheme and a story to tell how this man vividly cussed you the fuck out. And you can hear it word for word because y'all wasn't in the auditorium where everybody else was talking. But stay with me. You had the nerve to talk, well, come down here and I'll fuck you up. Let me explain something to you, baby. Not only are you quote unquote 25. Whoever believe that, that's on you. You're about this big, soaking motherfucking wet. Not only that, you tough talking to that man because I think you may have been aware that his wife wasn't at that game. But had she been, bitch, I guarantee you and that motherfucking Yeti fur would have been a lot more quieter. Okay? You did that shit because that was a motherfucking man. Not only that, you're a white woman. Not only that, what did you expect them to do? Bitch, it's Black History motherfucking month. Not only that, let's not forget, they took LeVar Ball's son off that team because LeVar Ball had too much to say about King James. Bitch, you better start playing with the right ones because he is absolutely not it. You will fuck around and lose all privileges to all motherfucking games playing with King James. What now, if he would have tossed that basketball at that Botox injected ass nose and upper lip, what would you have done? Other than scream bloody murder, because what I'm waiting on is the lawsuit. The lawsuit attempt. Even though he clearly said he didn't believe she should have been put out. It was banter back and forth between two grown men. You 25 years old, baby. You didn't even have a leash in that dog fight. And what kind of goddamn man, which I may have not seen him. But when I seen her getting put out, I seen her and the woman that was standing next to her. Where was Mr. Giovanni or whatever the goddamn? He just looked like his name is Giovanni. If his name Giovanni, that shit crazy. But he looked like his name is Giovanni. Did he stay behind because he didn't want to hear that shit either? Did he stay and watch the game as he fucking should have? and let them put your childish ass out and send you back to Jump Zone where the fuck you came from. And while you're talking about letting a 25-year-old girl intimidate anybody, you should be worried about your husband, whom you may look like the biggest pussy in the world, for letting another man call his wife a bitch, telling her to shut up and sit down, and he did nothing but get put the fuck out with y'all. Quite frankly, if me and Mike finna get put out anyway, Mike would have darted on that goddamn court. Period. And it made no sense for him to argue with you because you should have stayed in the child's place. I don't even understand why you were out past 8. You probably were a little bit too mouthy for Kids Quest. If you don't go find you a jungle gym or a gymnastics beam or something to swing from and stop fucking playing with grown men. Next story.
Yes.
Does this girl look familiar to you?
Yes, she does. I worked this case.
This is a girl who you said was beaten and killed.
Okay.
This little girl is me. And you told somebody that she's dead.
Wait a minute. You didn't disappear?
I'm right here.
This pissed me off. I watched a movie way back in the day that I still watch to this day that's very relevant, which is Rosewood. And if you don't know nothing about Rosewood, Florida, you need to look it up. There was a massacre there because a white woman that was cheating on her own husband decided to tell her husband that she was raped by an African American man. He was a nigga. Oh, she put it all in there. And it was a lie. And we didn't find out that Fanny lied until the end of the movie, where there were hundreds of African Americans killed, businesses and homes burned down, men, women, children, babies, all of that. They killed Aunt Sarah. And shit like this puts me in the mind of that. That woman, after the woman told her that she's sitting in front of her, you never went missing. I almost put my hands on y'all. I'm not in the mood to pick all this shit up. Fuck you mean you ain't never went missing? If you legitimately don't know what the fuck you are talking about, and by legitimately, I mean there's not an ounce of doubt. If you ask me a question, if I don't answer it like that 9 times out of 10, if it ain't something that should require fucking thought, I'm lying. Some things you gotta think about what you finna say, but others you fucking shouldn't. Bitch, you said you covered the story and said that that girl was beaten and murdered. Y'all have to realize how much of a fucking nuisance y'all are sometimes. Y'all have to realize how much of a... I hate that y'all have so much power in y'all voice. I hate that. I hate that y'all have so much power in y'all voice, because y'all can have shit happen just on a whim. And don't let a tear come down, because then we got to knock the heads of all of them off. I wanted to pummel this bitch in the back of that fucking chair. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. This one may have been a little heavy, but the clam chowder soup kitchen was acting up today, or these last couple of days that I've been receiving shit. I had to speak to y'all about it. So like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.